Hello one and all, yours truly Phil here. Welcome back to Philbo's Film Reviews. Tonight we're going to be reviewing John Connors' The Black Guelph. And this film is directed by John Connors of Love Hate fame, Cardboard Gangsters, Stalker, King of the Travellers, some incredible short movies. One called Breathe springs to mind. Very fucking good. Yeah, he's a rising star. He's on his way. And this, I think it's the first feature-length film he's directed. I think he's directed a couple of shorts, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is his first feature-length directorial debut. And he's co-written the film with Tiernan Williams, and they've both done an incredible job. So, let's get into it. The Black Guelph 2022. Now, let me just start off by saying, The Black Guelph is nothing short of brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. A stunning film with incredible direction from John Connors, first and foremost. And massive congrats to John N. Tiernan on writing and directing a near perfect film. Absolutely incredible. It's one of the best films I've seen in a long time. Firstly, the casting was inch perfect, and the performances were chilling. The film doesn't really bash you over the head with its message. It's filmed and shot in a way that the building of tension and dread and the melancholy, the raw performance leaves the theatre of the mind to work, and the results truly break your heart into pieces while watching. Especially Paul Rowe's character of Dan and the flashbacks he has over the course of the movie to give you an insight to his tragic past as an industrial school survivor. So the atmosphere and tension is more powerful and gut-wrenching than anything we could see. There's a scene early in the film, Dan stepping back into his old room in the now dilapidated industrial school building, and he steps into his old room where he used to sleep and stay, and the second he steps into the room, the hairs on your arms and the back of your neck stand, and a lump in the throat forms and tears instantly fill your eyes, because his performance lets you know simply by stepping into a room, there's no dialogue, he's just kind of taking a walk at a building, and you see him step into a single bed, small bedroom with kind of childlike picture scraped into the wall, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. And he steps into the room, looks at his markings on the wall, and realizes that in order to survive his past, he has to face it head on. So he's kind of a man on a mission, although a completely broken man without any shadow of a doubt. And Paul Rowe brings that character completely to life. It's a stunning performance, to be honest, absolutely incredible. And then his character meets Virgil, who's played by the always fantastic Tony Doyle, a writer, director, actor in his own right. And the scene where the two of them meet and Virgil takes a panic attack, I swear to God, I was fucking experiencing brutal anxiety watching it. And it goes and it goes and it goes, and I was like, Jesus, I was like, whew. Incredible performance. When he first meets Dan, he takes a massive panic attack, and the performance in that scene, straight off the bat, knew that the actor Tony was not messing around with his performance, and that was just the beginning. I mean, a perfect pairing for the unlikely friendship that forms between Virgil and Paul. Then, as the movie heads on, we meet Graham Early's character, the incredible Graham Early, as Canto. And he was sensational. He is absolutely one to watch. He looked to have put every fucking ounce of himself into this role, and he completely disappeared into it. His scenes were another level. Essentially, his setup is a drug dealer, hangs around drinking all day in a private little bar, pints all day, sitting on a garage rooftop of a flat complex. People drive by, I'll have this, this and this. Him and the lads take turns jumping down off the roof. Bing bang bosh, drugs, money, and they're living the life, working the business. And he has a girlfriend and a child, and he's constantly fucking up. And he's on his last warnings with the missus to stop the drugs, to stop the drinking, to get his fucking act together. So that's he's troubled. He's got a massive fucking coke problem, drink, all drugs, all manner of drugs, and he's just really fucked up and confused. And Graham Early brings that character like loose. He's fucking bananas. He goes insane on the fucking drop of a hat. He's violent. He's unpredictable. Basically, the complete opposite of what you want around your child, or you, especially looking for someone to spend your life with and to raise a child with. And he doesn't fit the bill at all. And there's certain scenes where he fucks up monumentally in his goal of cleaning up. You know, give me another chance, I'll get myself straight, and you and the baby, we're gonna be all happily ever after. And he fucks up royally. I don't want to spoil any scenes or anything like that, but the missus steps in on him in a situation, and he is so fucking wankered on fucking coke and drink and pills. He can't speak, he can't move, he can't sit up, and he has a complete fucking meltdown, major fucking come down pity party. And the fucking performance is absolutely harrowing. I mean, he completely and utterly hits rock bottom with a thunderous fucking crash, and it's really, really all too real to watch. And the scene is unbelievable. It's just over halfway through the film in his apartment. It's unbelievable. It has to be seen to be believed. My heart was in my mouth watching the performance, truly. I could tell John Connors in that scene just let the camera stay in him and let it run. There's no cuts in the scene of him breaking down. It really is incredible. Like Graham Early reaches the heights of Ray Winston for his powerhouse performance in this. Like the downward spiral he goes through in the Black Guelph reminds me of like Ray's rock bottom and Gary Oldman's Nil by Mouth. Very incredible. So essentially you got Dan is coming back to kind of for reconciliation, to try and patch things up with his son, to try and get some closure on the abuse and the hurt and the pain he was put through in the industrial school. And he makes an unlikely friendship with Virgil along the way, and his mum, and his son Graham. His son is Canto, and they both heading down two different roads and trying to meet somewhere in the middle to find the common ground, to try and make up some lost time for the childhood that was stolen from Dan. And then the domino effect, Dan wasn't around due to drinking drugs. Canto grew up without a dad, and now Canto's child and wife, the cycle is rolling, and it's not good. But there's incredible music in the film as well. The music is a star of the film all of its own. We got God Creative as a standout. God Creative is in it, featuring Damien Dempsey. Absolute, the minute I heard it, I was like, oh, that's Damo. a bit of Damo Dempsey. You can't go wrong with Damien Dempsey. Massive fan of his music. Me and my wife have seen him over 40 times. He's getting dipping his toe in the films and his songs. Even in Cardboard Gangsters, John Connors had him doing Serious during the montage of them getting going, selling gear in Darndale. And Mark O'Connor, the director, used Damien Dempsey in Between the Canals as well in his first acting role, and he used his music all the way through that film. And Robbie Welch had Damien Dempsey in Split, his Hitman movie. So yeah, Damo Dempsey is the fucking man. Love him, and whenever his music pops up in a film, it's always welcome, without a doubt. Now, what I took away from the film is that the damage done by the Catholic Church has not only destroyed people, but their children and their grandkids. You know, it's a ripple effect. People turn into drugs and alcohol and crime to escape and fight their demons of the ruined lives due to the evil within the Catholic Church of Ireland. I mean, there's a courtroom scene with Dan where he's trying to fight to get some kind of apology or some kind of acceptance of guilt from the government of the Catholic Church. And I bet you can guess how that went for him. It's an incredibly gut-wrenching scene, acted incredibly again by Paul Rowe, and the gentleman playing his lawyer, pardon me, the name escapes me, but the fact that you can see in his face during the scene that he does sympathise with Dan's story, and he does agree that what happened to him in the industrial school was fucked up and wrong. But you know, he's just a pawn. He's a slave to the machine, and it's a fucking disgusting scene, and it's heartbreaking and absolutely just, you know, zero justice served, you know, as you can imagine. There's never any happy endings taken on the state. Yeah, I think you can agree there. But without going into any specifics, it's an incredible film. We have John Connors starring in the film as well as the cop that has his foot on Canto's neck, so to speak. Canto's essentially selling drugs for him to pay him back. So Canto not only wants to get out of the drug game, but he has to get out from under the fucking thumb of this cop, this fucking evil bastard of a cop, I might add, played absolutely brilliantly by John Connors. And he's written very well. He comes out with some dark shit, but yeah, so they have to deal with John Connor's character of Ryan in the movie, and yeah, will Canto manage to pull it together? Will he reconcile with his father? You have to watch and find out. It is an extremely heavy film. It's very bleak, but the story and the characters are stunning. Very, very real. And you can tell it was written with passion. And you can tell that it was directed with passion. And it's a film you just have to see. It's strictly over 18s. Very heavy, extreme scenes of intense drama. And it's just so perfectly written, intensely powerful, raw, brave, and yeah, it's a masterpiece in my opinion. John Connors has really outdone himself here on the Black Guelph, and you can see it on Morphed TV. It's not widely available, which is a disgrace. Maybe one day that will change, but if you can rent it on morphed.tv. And yeah, I strongly recommend it. Worth every penny of that rental. And so if you've seen it, drop a comment below, let me know what you think. Leave it spoiler free. Let people watch the film and experience it themselves. But the performances, the film, its message, the way it's shot, the building of tension, the building of atmosphere is really just second to none. So it's absolutely a 5 stars out of 5 for me. Congratulations to John Connors and everyone involved with the movie. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. A pure powerhouse, a brave film and an excellent film. So I strongly recommend you check it out. 5 out of 5. So thanks again for stopping by, and we'll keep this Irish filmmaker kind of trend going. Check out my last video, Robbie Welch's The Letters, another incredible film that I strongly suggest you see. So we'll see what we'll do next. Okay, thanks again guys, all the best.